is rated F for Fortnite Bears. This fall, vengeance is a dish best served gold.
He realized that
Revenge.
Stadia is a failure.
The
He just wants money, so he says some Pepe has shit.
Buckle up. The spirit world
Hope
kicks
you have a
into
great day, chat.
high gear.
Chat, when is the debate today?
If you can't beat him, join him.
In 2 hours?
And stick around for the Afterlife Party featuring J Balvin.
1 year with the juice.
Wait, who?
Keep up the good content, xQcl. Big.
It's the McDonald's guy.
What's that? 14 7 xQcl.
Oh.
Noise. xQcl brother.
Okay, what is this?
On camera, a thief taking a car for a joyride at a gas station in West Palm Beach gets more than he expected. A 5-month-old baby in the back seat. Check this out.
You should see this new game called Skull. It's pretty poggin. Could be good content when it releases.
Surveillance video caught this man walking to a car left running with the keys in the ignition. He takes off, but a surprise in the back seat sent him running to a nearby store.
Well, I don't think he realized there was a baby in the car when he stole it.
Michelle Ashby works for the gas station where the man is caught on camera struggling to get the carrier out of the back seat. He rushes to the door
Oh,
to get
chat.
someone.
Chat, he's not being a nice guy, okay? I think if you steal a car, okay, you get like jail time and whatnot. But if you steal a car and kidnap simultaneously, plus whatever happens to the baby, then you're GG, dude. You have like, what is it, like 5 life sentences, dude? What is that?
To take the baby.
He just kept saying, take this baby, take this baby.
He signaled the clerk to call police and places the baby on the gas station floor. The clerk, on the phone with 911, calmly takes the baby, who is unharmed.
Well, the baby boy is safe and sound tonight. The
Guys,
suspect
where the fuck is the mom?
is still on the run.
Oh, I know where she is.
Robert, not his real name, used to steal cars for a living. Aged 15, he was already a 3-year veteran of one of LA's most notorious Hispanic street gangs. When his boss needed someone to steal a car, Robert stepped forward.
Oh shit! Do you think it's a fake laugh? You're right, it is.
As the son
I
of a
faked
mechanic,
yours too, dude.
he'd grown up around cars. But nothing prepared him for his first experience of Grand Theft Auto.
That was my first time. My adrenaline was just pumping. I actually just did it the rough way and broke into the window.
This guy should be a voice actor.
Took a screwdriver to the side of the key ignition, broke into the lock into it, popped the wires in, took the car.
Robert was hooked. So began an 8-year career as a professional car thief. Leaving his gang behind, he soon outpaced dime a dozen joyriders.
There's people out there that are stealing cars that just take it just for the joyride. Just to take a ride from here to here. I don't want to take the, but I don't got money. Well, I'll steal a car and I'll go here. If it's that kind of a person, you're gonna be all right because you're gonna find your car.
If a professional like Robert steals your car,
Oh, it's altered.
you'll almost certainly never see it again.
Now, if you're looking at somebody that does it as a profession, that vehicle's history. You're not gonna find it ever again.
Back in
Louder?
the day, Robert could walk down any street and steal any parked car. It's all a matter of knowing the right technique. He knew them all.
National van here. Screwdriver, spark plug just to crack the windshield. Give me 5 minutes, 7 minutes, we'll be gone. We have a national van. Nice and clear. I've done those before.
For most older models, all he needed was a couple of household tools.
Ford, you need some scissors, I've done these a lot of times. Break your windows, shatter it. Not an expedition, man. It's a very good car. It's easy to do. This ain't nothing. A pair of scissors, maybe even just a screwdriver to open your doors. It's the easiest cars ever that you can pick up on. Very easy, common car to use. You're good to go, man.
But times change. Newer models became more sophisticated, and these proved to be a little more challenging.
And he's washed up, huh?
Coming up right here, man. It's a brand new vehicle. You're gonna need the computer for sure on this one.
A top-of-the-range SUV like this one comes fitted with a battery of anti-theft devices.
Ram Dodge, of course it's got a tracking device. It's got a kill switch. It's probably got some of them use 2 to 3 kill switches on them. It's
Wait,
not gonna
kill
happen
switch?
without the computer. You need it for sure. I got one. Be done. 5 minutes. I got a brand new Dodge Ram SLT, man. 1500. You're good to go. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's a boring meta for sure. Yeah, that's a boring ass meta. Oh, gold. That was boring. That wasn't boring. What about this?
Gold is the shining embodiment of wealth. Not only is it used to make expensive products, but it's also used to add extra bling to luxurious items. From smartphones...
I took off the shirt because I don't want to dirty it, okay? I have gear fear, okay? I don't buy stuff, okay? So I don't usually have things of value on or around me. And whenever I do, I feel like I'm going to damage it. So I'd rather not have it in the first place.
To supercars. And even beefsteaks. But other metals that are rarer than gold are much cheaper. So why is gold so expensive?
Gold steak? Fuck off.
Scientists believe gold arrived on Earth after the collision of 2 neutron stars in space forged gold atoms together into meteorites, which crashed into Earth about 3.9 billion years ago. Over millions of years, Earth's bubbling hot core forced gold nuggets towards the surface. Gold flakes have been found in Paleolithic caves, estimated to date back roughly 40,000 years, marking the first known instance of human contact.
Chat, when you find gold in the caves, is it like dust, or can you literally see gold and bing? Is it just dust or little small particles? Is it like actual chunkies? Oh, it's in the rock.
Material. But what exactly is gold?
Like Toblerone? Is it like Toblerone?
Gold is a relatively rare metal, with lots of versatility. It's highly malleable, meaning it can be deformed or changed without fracturing the material. But what distinguishes it from other useful precious metals is its totally unique bright yellow appearance. These factors give gold many practical and superficial uses on Earth.
If you're a bride, gold is the perfect embodiment of love and emotion. If you're an investor, gold's an excellent portfolio diversification tool. People like to know that they've got an element of their wealth which they can feel. Often it looks beautiful, it's got a wonderful design on it, and that adds a degree of emotion to the investment. And if you're a manufacturer, if you're someone making smartphones or tablets, gold is an element with the symbol AU and the atomic number 79, viewed as the most noble of all of the noble metals. It's a perfect material.
Why would I read this chat? It's just pure zoomer. Guys, you guys are talking to me like, buy this, buy that. I'm not some YouTuber, dude. Like, fuck, man. Stop telling me to buy shit. It actually, it's so weird, man.
Or conducting electricity, it doesn't corrode, it doesn't rust, so it's great to have in your product.
Over many centuries, civilizations across the globe became enamored with the beautiful metal, such as the ancient Egyptians. Not only did they use it as a currency, they also buried themselves in gold, believing it to be the flesh of the gods. In fact, King Tutankhamun was laid to rest in 3 gold-wrapped coffins, the innermost of which was made from sheets of pure beaten gold, which would now be worth over $1 million. In 1792, the US Congress passed the Coinage Act, which established a fixed price of gold to US dollars. Over the next century, gold mining captured people's imagination during the Great US Gold Rush. The first was in 1799, after 12-year-old Conrad Reed discovered a huge 17-pound gold nugget on his family's farm in North Carolina. 50 years later, in 1849, tens of thousands of prospectors, known as the 49ers, raced to San Francisco in search of riches, giving name to the San Francisco 49ers football franchise. These gold rushes heralded the start of modern-day gold mining. Despite humans mining gold for millennia, the complexity of this process hasn't changed.
Mining is just as challenging and difficult as it's ever been before. What's changed probably is the kind of the labour intensity in some mines as people have increasingly used technology, but some of the challenges aren't necessarily associated purely with mine production. They could be associated with the environments within which they're operating, so licenses that people need to operate.
Mining at Y15 or Y11?
Government, or a social licence from a local community. I mean, those are still challenges that mining companies need to navigate and kind of work their way through, and that contributes to the complexity of mine production today, probably just as much as it did many, many years ago.
Identifying gold mines is a daunting task. It can take up to 10 years for geologists, chemists, and...
Do you think it's so exciting, even though the guys, it's their job to mine a rock and... Holy shit, a gold nugget! Oh my god, a gold pebble!
Engineers to examine a potential site, and even then, the likelihood of a mine being developed into a productive gold mine is less than 0.1%. Only 10% of these sites contain enough gold to justify further development. But above ground, gold is everywhere. On our fingers, around our necks, and even in our mouths. Gold is used in medicine,
these girls are ugly
architecture, and almost every electronic component. We even launch gold back out into the universe from where it came, not only as a reliable component of spacecraft circuitry, but also in the lining of astronauts' visors to protect them from the sun's harmful heat and ultraviolet light. So with all that in mind, it might surprise you to know how little gold there actually is here on Earth. If you melted down the world's entire above-ground stock of around 190,000 tons of gold, it would form a 72-foot cube. However, if that was divided up equally for every person on Earth, we'd all get roughly an ounce of pure 24-karat gold each. That's about $1,500 worth. So how does this volume divide out into different industries?
If we have a look at the 190,000
So where do I redeem it then?
Stock of gold.
Is there a website? Is there a raffle or something? I could put my name in it and now you send it to me?
The lion's share of it's in jewellery. Around about 50% of it is in jewellery. The next level down comes to private investment, so that could be individuals holding bars or coins, or indeed individuals holding a share of an exchange-traded fund. And then you've got central banks. Central banks account for around about 17% of that stock of gold, so a very significant volume. And then the final element, around about 13-14%, is technology or dentistry.
What is that?
Gold as bright as its surface? New deposits of gold are increasingly hard to come by and increasingly difficult to locate. Geologists have estimated that only 55 tons remains buried away in the Earth's crust, which means if current global mining rates continued, we could run out of newfound gold in just 20 years. So as gold mining continues to slow and the costs associated with mining increase to meet the challenge of extraction, gold could become even more expensive.
So what they're saying is that you should invest in gold. I think that's fucking boomer shit.
What is he doing, Lamau?
I think that's literally for boomers.